With spring training here, MLB season is just around the corner, and with it, another season of Mariners baseball. In this video, we'll delve into what is to expect this year and examine how last season's dramatic collapse has set the stage for what's next. The 2024 season began with high expectations for the Seattle Mariners, coming off of 3 straight winning seasons, led by a dominant starting rotation that went on to post the best ERA in baseball. The team jumped out to a 44-31 record by June 18th, building a commanding 10-game lead over the Houston Astros in the American League West. However, the Mariners' fortunes took a sharp downturn as they squandered their division lead in just 24 games, becoming the fastest team in the divisional era to lose a double-digit lead. This collapse was reminiscent of the 1995 California Angels, who similarly let a substantial lead slip away to the Mariners of all teams. Several factors contributed to this decline. The offense, a concern throughout the season, struggled during this critical stretch. Key players experienced slumps, and the lineup lacked the depth to compensate. Most notably, Julio Rodriguez, who posted the worst stat line of his career. Additionally, the bullpen, reliable earlier in the season, began to falter under increased pressure, leading to several late-game losses. In response to the team's struggles, the Mariners made several moves at the trade deadline. Notably, they acquired all-star outfielder Randy Arozarena from the Tampa Bay Rays on July 25th and Victor Robles in June. Despite these efforts, the team continued to underperform, leading to the dismissal of manager Scott Servais on August 22, 2024. Former Mariners catcher Dan Wilson was appointed interim manager following Scott Servais's departure. Under his leadership, the Mariners showed moments of resilience but ultimately fell short of securing a postseason berth and finished the season with an 85-77 record. A team once destined for October baseball, with arguably the best starting rotation in baseball, found itself grappling with unmet expectations and internal challenges. As the organization looks towards the future, the lesson from this collapse underscored the need for strategic adjustments, both on the field and in the front office, to transform potential into sustained success. In this video, we'll explore the Mariners' offseason moves, analyze their current roster, and discuss what the fans can anticipate for the 2025 season. But first, a word from our sponsor. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Coming off a frustrating 2024 season, the Mariners had a clear directive: fix the offense. The pitching staff had done its job, but the lineup was inconsistent, thin, and incapable of sustaining production over a full season. The free agent market and trade landscape provided multiple opportunities for upgrades, but yet again, Seattle's front office chose hesitation over action. From the start of the offseason, it became clear the Mariners weren't going to spend significantly. Ownership set a $15 million payroll cap, effectively removing the team from the running for marquee hitters like Pete Alonso, Alex Bregman, and Cody Bellinger. Even more frustratingly, the Mariners never made serious offers to any of these players, despite their obvious need for offensive firepower.
As the Orioles give up 1 run in 2 games.
Instead of making an aggressive push to upgrade the infield or outfield, Seattle's biggest signings were Jorge Polanco and Donovan Solano, 2 could-be solid players, but uninspiring moves. These weren't championship-level additions. They were budget-conscious stopgaps meant to make it look like the team was doing something without actually committing to real improvements. If the Mariners weren't going to spend big in free agency, they had another path to improving the team, leveraging their pitching depth in trades. But once again, Dipoto and Hollander failed to capitalize. The biggest missed opportunity came when the Mariners engaged in talks with the Boston Red Sox about a deal that would have sent Luis Castillo to Boston in exchange for first baseman Tristan Casas and outfielder Masataka Yoshida. This deal would have given Seattle a young, powerful first baseman in Casas and an established contact hitter in Yoshida, exactly the offensive boost they needed. But the Mariners walked away. The main reason? Money. Seattle didn't want to take on the remaining $54 million on Yoshida's contract, despite the fact that they could have offloaded Castillo's salary in the process. This decision, passing on a trade that would have drastically improved their offense simply because of financial hesitations, perfectly encapsulates the problem with this front office. Every offseason, Dipoto and Hollander find a way to justify their lack of urgency. This year was no different. Dipoto, speaking about the Mariners' offseason strategy, attempted to downplay expectations, saying, "We have a good team, and sometimes the best move is the one you don't make." While Jerry Dipoto works on his career transition to self-help guru, the problem is, actual contenders don't sit around waiting for greatness to happen. They go out and make it happen. While other teams spend money and make bold trades, Dipoto treated inaction like a strategic masterstroke, as if doing nothing was the same as getting better. Mariners fans aren't asking for reckless spending or some desperate, franchise-crippling trade. They just want a front office that actually tries to win instead of sitting back and acting like success will magically manifest itself. Maybe the next offseason, instead of signing real players, Dipoto can just drop a podcast about trusting the process and call it a day. It's not just that Dipoto didn't make a move, it's that he didn't even try. When asked why the team didn't pursue Cody Bellinger, who the Yankees acquired for minimal cost, Justin Hollander admitted the team was afraid of overpaying in any trade. That kind of mindset ensures Seattle will never be the aggressor in the market, always settling for second-tier moves while true contenders get better. Former Mariner Justin Turner spoke to USA Today's Bob Nightingale about the issue and had this to say: "The fact that they missed the playoffs by one game and didn't go out and add an impact bat or two when you have the best pitching staff in baseball just seems absurd to me. Honestly, as much as I wanted to be back there, if I was the only one piece they brought back in, I would be saying the same thing. What the hell are we doing? Are you even trying? There's not going to be a better time to go for it, so I don't know what they're doing. I'm very confused. It's a head-scratcher for me." Turner's words cut straight to the heart of the issue. The Mariners aren't just failing to improve, they're actively wasting their window of opportunity. This isn't a rebuilding team with no shot at contention. This is a team with elite pitching, a homegrown superstar in Julio Rodriguez, and a fan base desperate for a winner. Yet time and time again, Dipoto and his front office refuse to act with the urgency required to take the next step. The frustrating part isn't that they didn't land a big bat, it's that they didn't even put themselves in the conversation. While teams like the Dodgers and Yankees are making moves to win now, the Mariners act like they're still a few years away, afraid to take a risk. Turner sees it, the fans see it, and if nothing changes, the only people left in the dark will be the ones running the team. Mariners fans have seen this pattern before. Every offseason, Dipoto preaches patience, justifies inaction with buzzwords like sustainability and long-term planning, and ultimately delivers an underwhelming product. The Mariners could have taken a real step towards contention this offseason. Instead, they chose to stay in their comfort zone. The result? A team with major question marks across the infield, an offense that still lacks a true middle-of-the-order threat, and a fan base that's running out of patience. Seattle has a championship-caliber core in Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, and their elite rotation, but with an ownership group unwilling to spend and a front office afraid to make bold moves, the Mariners don't look any closer to being a serious World Series contender than they did last year. The only real excitement surrounding this team stems from its highly touted farm system. The Mariners boast a trio of promising prospects: Lazaro Montes, Cole Emerson, and Cole Young, who represent the next wave of talent. While they may not make an immediate impact in 2025, their development will be crucial for the organization's long-term success. However, if even one of them can make an impact this season, it could provide a much-needed boost to the Mariners' playoff hopes. However, banking on prospects is always a risky strategy. The Mariners' reluctance to invest in proven talent forces them to rely on young players developing quickly. If they don't, the team risks wasting prime years of its current core. The Mariners' rotation is led by co-aces Logan Gilbert and George Kirby, both showcasing the talent and poise of top-tier starters. Gilbert's durability and consistency have solidified his status as a frontline pitcher. Kirby, known for his exceptional command and poised for another standout season. The Mariners have club control with Kirby through 2028 and Gilbert through 2027. Bryce Miller posted the highest WAR of any pitcher in the rotation last year at 3.4 and a 2.94 ERA last year. Brian Wu posted the lowest ERA of the five hurlers at 2.89, but health issues limited his time last year. Luis Castillo, despite a dip in velocity and strikeout rate, remains a formidable presence on the mound. If the rotation stays healthy, it could be one of the best in baseball. Unfortunately, though, the Mariners will be starting the 2025 season without George Kirby due to a shoulder inflammation, with no timeable return as of now. When fully healthy, the Mariners' bullpen has potential to be a top 5 unit. However, bullpen performance is notoriously volatile, and depth will be tested throughout the season, especially with Matt Brash still recovering from his Tommy John surgery, Troy Taylor dealing with a lat strain, with both their ETA still unclear. Although Gregory Santos is set to return for a full season, his health will still be a concern due to missing the majority of last season due to injury. The biggest question mark: while the additions of Polanco and Solano provide some help, they are not enough to turn the Mariners into an offensive powerhouse. Polanco posted a 93 OPS plus last year and has only played in 2 full seasons in his career. The 37-year-old Solano has never played a full season, but did post a 112 OPS plus last year with San Diego. After bursting onto the scene as one of baseball's brightest young stars, Julio Rodriguez took a clear step back in 2024, posting the worst offensive numbers of his career. His OPS plus dropped to 116, a decline from 130 in 2023, and a significant fall from 147 in his rookie year. While still above league average, this was far from the superstar level production the Mariners needed. This was far from the superstar level production the Mariners needed from their franchise cornerstone. The biggest issue? Inconsistency at the plate. Rodriguez struggled to find his rhythm for long stretches, leading to a decline in both power and overall offensive impact. His slugging percentage dropped, and his ability to carry the offense in big moments wasn't as reliable as in past seasons. Whether it was mechanical issues, approach-related struggles, or simply pressing too much under the weight of expectations, his regression was a major factor in the Mariners' offensive woes. For Seattle to have a real shot at contending in 2025, Julio has to return to being an MVP-caliber player, as he was in his rookie year. If he can find his consistency again, it would go a long way in masking the team's other offensive deficiencies. But if his downward trend continues, the Mariners will have even bigger problems on their hands, one that money alone can't fix. In a significant move to revitalize their offense, the Mariners reinstated Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez as the hitting coach for the remainder of the 2024 season, following the dismissal of Scott Servais. Martinez, who previously served in this role from 2015 to 2018, brought a wealth of experience and a deep understanding of the Mariners' hitting philosophy. Martinez's return had an immediate impact, notably on star outfielder Julio Rodriguez. After struggling earlier in the season, Rodriguez showed marked improvement under Martinez's guidance. In a recent interview during spring training, Rodriguez discussed his refined approach at the plate.
So much, man, so much. He has so much experience, in the game. He was a big part of his career as a DH hitter, and he just adds so much value, and trust and belief to us as a hitter, and he just, like I said, he helped me out with my hands, with my rhythm, and with my approach too. It just as a hitter, I can just benefit so much from him, and I'm so glad that he's part of this organization.
To further bolster the coaching staff, the Mariners hired Kevin Seitzer as the hitting coach for the 2025 season, with Martinez transitioning to the role of Senior Director of Hitting Strategy. Seitzer, who spent the previous decade with the Atlanta Braves, brings a strong track record of cultivating successful hitters. His collaboration with Martinez is highly anticipated to enhance the Mariners' offensive capabilities, blending Seitzer's analytical approach with Martinez's experiential insights. These strategic coaching changes aim to address the offensive inconsistencies that plagued the Mariners in 2024, with a focus on maximizing the potential of key players like Rodriguez and fostering a more disciplined and effective hitting approach team-wide. Predicting the Mariners' season is difficult. If things go well and the team stays healthy, they could contend for a playoff spot. If they don't, they could miss the postseason for the 3rd straight year. The reality is that ownership's refusal to invest significantly in the roster makes this team's ceiling much lower than it should be. Ultimately, the Mariners' success in 2024 will come down to whether their rotation stays healthy, their bullpen remains dominant, and if their offense can do just enough to support them. If not, it could be another year of wasted potential in Seattle.